Hey guys, I just broke my camera. I'm actually right in the middle of serving drills and I had the bright idea to put my camera right in front of me while I was serving, and the ball hit the wall, bounced back to the camera, and then the camera fell on the ground. Here we are at the wall. My camera is, here, can I show you guys? I'll put a picture in, I'll take a picture. Yeah, the camera's totally fucked. But that's okay, because it still works. It's just got a little crack on the screen, or a lot of cracks, but that's okay. Tomorrow is the tournament, and I'm very excited for it. I feel like I did very well in yesterday's meetup game, and well, not yesterday, because yesterday was Thanksgiving, and I didn't really practice on Thanksgiving. That was just like a rest day for me. I was getting a lot of my passes up, a lot of passes to the setter, a lot of really great sets that I made, really high up and away from the net, which is the best place to do it for the beginner group that I'm playing with. Don't want to set directly to the net, but everything feels good, pass is good, set is good. Serves were going over the net for the most part. At the start of the games, they weren't really going over, which means I just need to warm up before I play. So before I go to play tomorrow at 10 a.m., I'm going to come here, do some warm-ups in the morning, get my passes and my sets and my serves ready, just so that I'm ready for the game. I feel like I'm like back in high school, getting ready for a Friday football game. Feels very exciting for me, because this is what I've been wanting. All I've wanted for the past like year, literally guys, my New Year's resolution for 2024 was to play volleyball. And now it's happening. I waited till half the year was already gone, and I was like, fuck, this year's almost over. There's one thing that I haven't done yet. There's like two things I haven't done yet, but it was never too late. I started practicing on my own. I got up, worked up the courage to go ask the people to play the other day, and now I'm entering a tournament. So all my dreams are coming true, basically. So I'm very excited about tomorrow. No matter how it goes, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a round robin tournament style, which means every team is going to play every other team. And based on how many wins and losses you have after everyone plays each other, then you'll have your like top 3 or top 4 teams, and then they'll play each other. And the teams are gonna be selected randomly, and I'm going to win. I'm playing to win tomorrow. It's very serious for me. I wanted to get a shirt that said Pixel Drink on it, or like Jackson with the number 3. It's my favorite number. Mostly because I wanted to cosplay as someone who actually plays volleyball, who's actually on the team. But secondly, because I found this app called Ball Time AI that it basically helps you review footage better. So if I record my game, it will like tell me every time I got a pass, every time I got a set, every time I got a receive. So it'll make editing faster for me. And a big part of that AI is it uses your jersey number to figure out where you are on the court, so it can track your plays specifically. So I thought that would be nice for the tournament, so I could look back at it and be able to review my footage much easier. That's neither here nor there. We're here at the legendary wall, and today we're gonna do basic drills. Serving, we figured out that this line right here is about where the net would be, so I'm gonna try to serve over that line, and about this line is where the service line would be. So all we gotta do is stand back here, serve the ball, and we'll be good to go. Already been serving for like 10 minutes, so we're just gonna do this for 5 more minutes, and then move on to passing and setting drills.
And we're back. I had already been serving for a little while here before I broke my camera, so just doing a couple more minutes of serving. When I go play in the tournament, you'll see I do a lot of serving standing still. I was doing this method here where I sort of step through with my left leg and follow through that way. I found a lot more consistency doing it stationary the day before the tournament. So I ended up doing it that way as I played that day, just because I think my tosses weren't as consistent when I would step forward. And I think that's the biggest weakness with my serve as of right now. My toss is going in random places, and then I have to adjust my swing, and that is what's making the ball go in different directions from where I want it to. Right there, I contacted the ball on the top, and it just went straight down.
I think the best strategy for me here is to have like the most consistent toss, so that I can properly time when I want to hit the ball. Because I've realized it really doesn't matter how much power I'm using in my swing. As long as I hit the ball with the right part of my hand, it's gonna go over. Like if I swing really softly right now, but hey, with my palm, it's gonna go over the net. It almost went over. But you see what I'm saying? It's really, the most important part is the hand placement. So what I'm gonna try to do is get really consistent on my toss, so it's always where I want it, and just fucking hammer the ball, like with as much power as I can get out. But what the timing is important, because then I can consistently time my swing, so my hand will always end up where I want it. Or at least I'll try to. Because I want that serve to have as much heat as I can muster. That might be a little dangerous because my toss isn't as consistent, so then you get serves like that are just horribly under the net. Hit it not as hard. I'm not there yet. I finally got to a position where my serves like go over the net. Let me not get carried away, and I'll just swing normally and make sure that my palm actually hits the center of the ball. Not on top, not under. I want to hit the very center of the ball. Let's move on to passing. My poor camera, bruh. I fucking knew it would happen too. I was like, I probably shouldn't put my camera right here, where the ball is literally like expected to go.
Now we move on to passing drills, my favorites. I think out of all the skills that I've been training, my passing is the best. Serving and setting are like kind of similar. I feel like I'm a little bit better at setting, honestly. My serves go over the net, which is fine. And I'm gonna stop. Oh my god. Yeah, you can see where the stones are like smooth. They're very slippery, so I tried to stay on like the rough stones as much as I could while I was passing here. Still seeing a lot of the same passing issues. I'm tucking my head in, lifting my shoulders up. I'm not incorporating my legs as much as I could be. See right here, I'm biting my shirt, but I'm still like low-key looking up at the ball even though I'm biting my shirt. The camera footage is really blurry right now. Something happened with the focus. It's gonna clear up in a second here when I switch angles. But I was super nervous for the tournament. I feel like this happens every time I compete in anything. There's a lot of nerves, and you guys have probably experienced this as well if you've competed in any sort of thing. There's a lot of nervousness before the event, but once things get started, that it all just vanishes. Like all that nervousness floods out of my body, and I'm able to focus completely on the task at hand. You'll see when I upload the tournament footage, I just get better and better at playing as the day goes on, because I'm just more focused on my form and technique and less focused on winning or losing whatever match I'm playing. Really excited for you guys to see that. Like before, I spent a lot of time passing on the wall. I went from passing at a further distance to when my legs got tired, I would come close to the wall and do short passes, which I love to do because I can get a lot more touches, which helps me figure out how to place my platform properly to aim the ball. Something I learned while I was at the tournament is that I tend to contact the ball a lot with my palms and my hands, like near where my hands are. What I should be trying to do more often than not is, well, it sounds obvious that I'm saying it now, is hit the ball with my forearms. But I've had so much success in practice hitting the ball with like closer to my palms or my wrists. So I've like accidentally built up like a really bad habit, trying to hit the ball more with my hands than my forearms. And what I'm interested and really excited to see for myself and for you guys to see as well, if they allow me to record, is when I finally get in touch with a coach and they can give me tips and see where I'm at in terms of volleyball. I think as of right now, how long have I been playing? If I could put it into hours spent, I would go to the racquetball court and practice like 1 to 2 hours at a time. I think I did that maybe like 10, 15 times. So we can call that like what, 20 to like 30 hours. Then I took a break from that, started playing on the courts with the meetup group and doing these little training sessions here, doing that for about what, 2 weeks. So let's just call that another like 20 hours. So in terms of lifetime hours spent, I've spent like approximately 40 to 50 hours playing volleyball. So I'm interested to see, having spent that much time, where I'm at skill-wise compared to other people who play volleyball. And then from there, I can figure out where my biggest weaknesses are, the best ways to improve, so I can speed up my progression in volleyball and be able to participate more with more experienced and skilled teams, so I can play higher level volleyball more frequently, which is my ultimate goal. Honestly, I am a bit scared to talk to like an official volleyball coach. It's been nice talking to some of you guys in the Discord and getting tips from y'all in the comments. But talking to someone who is an official volleyball coach is kind of a vulnerable experience for me. Just being like, hey, I'm a full-grown man and I have the skills of like a 13-year-old when it comes to volleyball. Not even that. 13-year-olds would probably crush me in volleyball. Like, I'm probably at like a 8-year-old level of playing volleyball. So to be like I'm like pushing 30, and to go up to somebody and be like, hey, I don't know how to do this. Can you like, that's like asking someone, how do I tie my shoe? I don't know. It's like a little embarrassing for me as like a former athlete to go to another athlete and be like, I have no idea how to do this thing. Can you teach me? But that's just part of being alive, I guess, and like learning skills in general. Like, you have to be really bad at something before you can get good. I mean, I played football for a number of years and I was terrible at it when I started, but when I started, I was 5 years old, so it was expected that I was terrible at things. But the older you get, the expectation is that you need to have some sort of level of proficiency at everything you do. And if you don't have that, then some people might look at you differently. But then again, those people who are looking at you differently aren't really the kindest people or the most empathetic, because it's pretty much understood by anyone who's attained any level of proficiency at any skill that people who are just starting out at any given skill have a lower like level of proficiency. So for someone else to look at me and say, damn, you suck, I think people like that are a lot more ignorant, and their opinion is less valuable than someone who's actually good. Like for me, I'm really, really, really good at making funny videos and playing Super Smash Brothers. If I were to look at somebody who just started making videos or just started playing Smash Brothers and was like, damn, you're this old and you don't know how to do this, that would be just ignorant of me to have that opinion, because obviously you're not fucking good at it when you start. Which is why when I talk to a lot of people that want to get into making videos and like comedy and stuff, and I'm always super understanding of like where they're coming from. Even like people like Tinky, like sometimes I give Tinky a hard time when it comes to making videos, but he's only been making videos for 2 years, or yeah, a little over a year, almost 2 years at this point. And sometimes I forget that because we work together a lot and I view him as like my peer, my equal. I forget like he's just starting on this journey. I've been posting videos for 10 years now. So some stuff that I know he just never has heard of. So same thing goes for me. All that is to say that like I really shouldn't be nervous at all to be vulnerable and learn this new skill. And you guys shouldn't be either if you're trying to learn something new. Because it's understood that you're going to be bad at something when you're new at it. And anyone who has any skill they won't judge you. So I shouldn't even be worried. The only people that judge are other people that are also new and they're insecure about the fact that they're new. So they're like judging you. That reminds me, I've seen a lot of volleyball content that is very egotistical too. Have you guys noticed that in volleyball? It reminds me of like gym influencer content where people are like taking videos of other people doing their lifts wrong at the gym. Like I've been seeing quite a few volleyball videos, and it's not all volleyball content, but it's like pointing out mistakes that their teammates are doing or that other people are doing. And it's just like, who fucking cares, dude? I don't know. It's like some people, I think people in any space, like some people are just weird about that type of stuff. Some people just can't like separate their ego from whatever thing they're doing. There, I just mentioned that my arms are too far out. I can't get a proper like set or like power on my set if my arms are already extended. So I have to keep my arms closer to my forehead when the ball is coming towards me so that I can actually extend them outward. I have a full range of motion to work with. But yeah, playing sports is an amazing, super fun thing. A lot of people get their hearts and their heads mixed up in it, their egos mixed up in it, and it can make it less fun for themselves and other people. But that's whatever.
Okay, now comes my favorite part, because it's the part I think I'm best at. Serve, receive. What I want to look for is, I'm gonna throw the ball at the wall, so it comes at me much like a service would, and then I want the ball to land pretty much right next to the wall. 4 blocks is the back of the court. So 1, 2, 3. This line right here would kind of be where the back of the court is. So if I stand about 1 line in, that's where I would be playing if I was in the back row. So I'm gonna throw the ball from here to the wall, and when I receive it, I want it to go right next to the wall there, because that's where my setter would be. That's where I want to aim the pass to end up. Throw the ball. Oh! Okay, that didn't really go as planned. I'm gonna throw it. Maybe I should put something there. You guys remember this? It's been a while since we worked with the water bottle. So I'm gonna try to aim it to where this water bottle is. It's empty though, so I'm gonna fill it with some rocks. Okay, so this bottle is standing just about where the setter should be, I think. So we'll just try to pass it to there and hope for the best. Too shallow. Are you kidding me? That shit took me 2 days to do. I just did it on accident just now. The progress is real. When I busted out the bottle just now, I was like, what if I just hit it? What if I'm really that good? Looks like I am that good.
I then went on to not hit the bottle again for the whole fucking night. Holy shit. When I do passing drills, I'm a fucking maniac. And one thing, here you can kind of see like the problems I was talking about earlier. A lot of these passes that are going off, out of bounds.
What I don't want to do is I don't want to go outside my frame to receive the ball. I want my body to be behind it as much as I can. I don't want to be doing, because I was doing a lot of that last night, or the last meetup. I was out here, and I can't aim it properly because it's outside of my frame. I can't drop my shoulder because I'm all the way out here. So the most important thing, I think, is to move where the ball is and be ready with it inside of my frame so I can aim it.
Yeah, trying my best to get behind the ball. The ball is going out mostly because it is hitting my hands. I'm not hitting it with my forearms. And when it does go where I want to, it is because it's hitting my forearms. Something that one of the guys at the meetup, goes by Z, let me know is that a lot of the time when I am trying to receive, I end up turning my shoulders fully to run where I want to go. So when I do place my arms up, my body, my shoulders are facing the sides of the court, not the net. So that's why all my passes or receives are going off of the court, because my shoulders are not facing the net and it's harder for me to aim the ball. So that kind of goes with what I was just saying. I want my body to be behind the ball so that I can properly aim it towards the net or towards the setter, get a proper pass. There again, it hit my hands. Again, hit my hands. Hands again. Platform. So I just have a really bad habit of it hitting my hands. Ball hit the platform. Looking a lot better as the night goes on. I did get close to the bottle a lot of times, but most of the time it was hitting my hands and going off in random directions. By this point in the night, I was pretty dead set on trying to hit the bottle again. Here I'm actually biting my shirt just to focus more on my form. And look at that! Look at that! That was almost a perfect pass. You saw the ball hit my platform, and here when I have my shirt in my mouth, I am now pausing to look at my form after to see what I did wrong and what I did right. I think that was, one of you guys mentioned in the comments that was a great way to monitor your form while you're practicing. And I think the next time I go and do drills, I want to spend more and more and more time adjusting my form, paying attention to my form, and taking the session slowly to make sure I get high quality repetitions rather than just spending more time. I think something that I had a lot of problem with in the past when it came to fighting games was, and this transfers over to traditional sports as well. Esports and traditional sports have a lot of crossover. I find that a lot of people spend a lot of time practicing their specific skill, but the quality of their practice is extremely low. So if I were to, and this is why doing these vlogs helps so much, because I can review the footage and look at what I'm doing wrong and right.
Time has officially ran out, but I'm not stopping until I hit this bottle. My biggest problem when I'm serve receiving, I think, is that there's two things I can focus on, but I can only focus on one thing at a time right now. Either I'm too focused on getting to the ball and I forget to aim, or I'm too focused on aiming and I forget to go get the ball. Didn't mean to flick you off there, but yeah, this is serious. So I have to think of both things at the same time. I need to get to where the ball is, and I need to aim it and hit it. And by aim it, I mean like properly hit it at the right spot on my platform. If I can do both those things, I can hit this bottle. But at the same time, I have to do it subconsciously. So it's like I have to think about two things, but I can't think about them. You know what I mean? I just have to let my body do it. So I'm gonna give my body a simple intention. I'm just going to tell my body, hit that bottle, and my body's going to do it. Something I learned from reading The Inner Game of Tennis, which you guys should give a try if you're into sports.
And that book is really, really good. I do recommend you guys pick it up and give it a read, or at least read a summary of that book and see if the summary sounds interesting, and then you can get into the details of it. But basically what I was trying to get at before I started talking during the training session is that it's better to have a shorter duration and a higher quality of training than to have a longer duration with a lower quality. So you can see I'm taking a pause here to really think about my form, and I actually start visualizing hitting the ball properly, which is something I used to do in playing esports. You can see my pass was aimed correctly, I just didn't have the right amount of power to it. Visualization is super important in sports and in esports. But I find that a lot of people will just spam.
So I'm gonna do 10 more and go.
Yeah, do 10 more reps. Let me just finish up my little point here. I feel like a lot of people just spam and spam and spam hours of practice and whatever thing, but the practice that they're doing is just shitty practice, so they're not getting much better. But if you spend less time, more focus, higher quality training, then you'll often do much, much better. So I think I'm going to stop doing things like this where I just pass for like an hour and 2 hours and just pass for like 30 minutes and pay more attention to what I'm doing.
It's almost midnight. So we won't do any serves. Practice that in the morning. We'll do like a 30-minute practice in the morning. So I'll do. Today was a good session. I got obsessed with the idea of getting the ball to the water bottle. And when I get that idea stuck in my head, I don't want to leave. Like I was here for an extra hour just doing that. But let's head home. So that's it. A full week of training. I feel like I'm not ready. I'm still a little bit nervous. I think I went a little hard on practice tonight because I was nervous for tomorrow, because I am nervous for tomorrow. But I think I will be fine as long as I focus on having proper form as I play for each position that I'm at. So if I'm in the back row, I just have to focus on defense, have to focus on getting my platform right, adding a bit to the ball with my legs and my whole body, not pulling my shoulders up, moving laterally, trying to get behind the ball, and just playing to the best of my ability. When I used to play competitive Smash Bros, it was often very helpful for me to give myself simple goals to accomplish during the competitive matches. So I think I might do something similar to that. So my goals are going to be to get behind the ball, get to where the ball is going on defense, and add to it and just get it up, high and up in front of me. And when I am hitting, I don't really care. I just gonna tap it over the net. I don't really give a damn about attacking. And setting, my intention will be to face, be perpendicular to the net. So I'm not looking, if the net is here, I'm not looking towards my teammates. I'm going to be going to the side and setting either high forward or trying to back set. Something's beeping. I think Tinky left his watch here and it's beeping. And that's pretty much going to be it. There are a couple other things I noticed when playing a lot, like the best, well, I don't know, my teammate was telling me where to stand in the back row for like the best coverage or whatever, but I totally forgot where he told me that was. But I noticed that when there is like a lot of stuff going on at the net, as someone in the back row, I should just move up, because if there's like a bunch of shenanigans, like ball going back over and everyone's right next to the net, I should just look for tips instead of standing back so far, because at least the people I'm playing with, no one can output like enough power for the ball to even get back to where I'm standing. So like here, so like this is the court and this is the net. I realized that if there's a bunch of people like up here next to the net here, like if this is where all the players are on the court and the ball is here, then I really have no business like being back here, like being back here, or like being back here waiting for like an attack to come here, like an attack to come like here or here. Because if this player is the one that's attacking, they're not going to have enough power to get the ball from that position just jumping straight up like all the way to the back of the court. So I might as well just like move up a little bit and just look for tips over, like a short tip over, because I was missing a lot of those the last time we were playing, because a lot of these players are not that experienced like I am, so there does happen to be a lot of tips. I also noticed something that like when, oh my god, here's the net. I also noticed that if there is a setter here, there's a setter here, and this line is like how tall the net is, right? If there's a setter here and the ball gets set to them like with a sort of low trajectory, they're just gonna tip that over most of the time. Like if the ball gets passed to them with like a high arch, the likelihood of them tipping that like goes down. I've noticed they normally, if they get a really good pass, they're gonna set that up. But if they get a pass that's like lower, that's like pretty much gonna go over the net if they don't touch it, they're just gonna add a little bit to that and then tip it over. So I'm starting to get like different habits. I'm starting to like get the flow of the game a little bit more. So I'm gonna be looking for stuff like that and trying to just keep an eye on the general flow of the match. What I've been thinking about the most is like when I'm playing, what I'm thinking about the most is when everyone's moving around, I'm like, where is the weak spots in the court? Like it's right here. This person probably has like this area. This person has this area. This person has like this area. So like I would want to cover like the remaining zone, right? That's what I think about a lot when I'm on the court, depending on my position and like where everyone else is. But in terms of like simple goals that I can follow, like when I used to play Smash Bros, my goal would be like, don't overextend in neutral and like be really strict on my ledge trapping and like try to optimize my ledge trapping, like not miss opportunities at the ledge. So some simple things I could focus on at my level in these matches is probably get behind the ball is probably the most important thing for me, and I think that might be it. I think I really just want to focus on passing. Get behind the ball, make sure my platform for where the ball is going to be, and just add a little bit to it. Get that sucker up and forward, because I have a bad habit of passing the ball straight up, and then the setter has to come back to me and then set the ball. Like it just makes it much harder for the setter. So I want to try to get most of my passes high and forward. I think tomorrow there's a rule. It's I think it's gonna be 4-on-4 or 5-on-5, but there is a rule that on the first touch you can't like overhand receive. Like I can't set it. So if the service comes over the net and it's like above my head and I can't like back up and get my platform ready, I can't just set the ball. I have to do a close grip, like hit on the ball, which is going to be hard to do. And then if I end up setting, the set can't go over the net, I'm pretty sure, and the set can't spin. I don't know if they're doing that rule. They'll go over the rules before we start playing tomorrow, so I'll figure it out. But I know for sure I'm not allowed to overhand pass the first touch, and if I am the second touch, that set can't go over the net or something like that. So we'll see how things go. I'm just excited to play for the most part. So thanks everyone for following me on this journey, and wish me luck in tomorrow's game. See ya.